That is breaking news coming in here on headlines today. The pitch row over Eden Gardens has intensified. Reports have emerged that a disgruntled BCCI has written a strongly worded letter to the Cricket Association of Bengal, the CAB, seeking an immediate change of the curator at Eden Gardens, venue for the third test between India and England. After headlines today first reported that Eden curator Prabir Mukherjee's averseness to prepare a rank turner on skipper Dhoni's insistence, the BCCI has now demanded for East Zone curator Ashish Bhomik to take charge of the preparations for the 22 yards for the crucial third test beginning next Wednesday. The letter from the BCCI is the board's latest pressure tactic to ensure that hosts Bengal play ball with the BCCI and skipper Dhoni's demand for a rank turner, even after the ploy boomeranged at Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium, is seen through. However, sources in the Cricket Association of Bengal are telling headlines today that Ashish Bhomik's arrival at the Eden Garden is only to assist Prabir and not to replace the incumbent curator at Eden Gardens. However, Ashish Bhomik's arrival at Eden can be viewed as the CAB pretty much bowing to BCCI pressure tactics, since seldom has the zonal curator been summoned to assist the zonal pitches committee head for test. Meanwhile, the BCCI dismissed reports of seeking a curator change, denying shooting a strongly worded letter to the CAB.
नहीं, ये बिल्कुल गलत बात है। जो क्यूरेटर्स हैं वो इंडिपेंडेंटली काम करते हैं और जो विकेट और पिच एंड विकेट कमेटी है बीसीसीआई वो इस मामले में डिसीजन लेती है। किसी के कहने पर कोई डिसीजन नहीं लिया जाता। ये बिल्कुल बेवजह की कंट्रोवर्सी मीडिया में चलाई जा रही है। इस तरह की कोई डिसीजन नहीं लिया। जो पिच एंड विकेट कमेटी है वो डिसाइड करती है और इसके अलावा जो है क्यूरेटर्स अपने हिसाब से कंडीशन वहाँ की देख के निर्णय लेते हैं, उसमें किसी का दखल नहीं होता।
Sports editor Gaurav Gala is with me. Also with me live from Kolkata is Headlines Today's Manogya Loiwal. Gaurav, I'd like to come to you first. Is this completely unprecedented, unusual for someone to go there and assist the curator?
It has happened in the past. Say for example, if there is a test match that happens in Delhi, then you normally get Daljit Singh, who's the head of the BCCI's pitches committee. He's also the North Zone head, who comes and sometimes oversees the preparations. But in that case, Daljit is the North Zone head and he's also the head of the BCCI's pitches committee. So he has that authority to come over. In this particular case, Shiv, the Tripura curator Bhomik, is actually a subordinate. He is not the zonal head. The zonal head is Prabir Mukherjee himself. So in that sense, you're getting someone who's of a lower designation, who's coming to assist you. That in itself, seems a bit strange to us, and that's why we feel that this is just a public face-saving exercise by the CAB to say that no, Prabir Mukherjee has not been sacked, and he is in fact still heading the curators. But we know that the BCCI has sent a very, very strongly worded letter. Headlines Today has learned from our sources within the BCCI and the CAB that directives have gone from the BCCI to ensure that what Dhoni wants at the Eden Gardens and wants from the Eden Gardens pitch is delivered to him when the test match starts on the 5th of next month.
All right, Rasesh Mandani is live with me from Mumbai. Rasesh, the BCCI is saying they've written no such letter. What are you hearing?
But I think there's only so much that BCCI can say on the record, Shiv. The board cannot come out and say that they want the wickets that they want that they would be using doctored wickets for this series. It's not just the Indian team. If the BCCI is keen that they were ambitious of having a clean sweep of the English team after what happened in England, the debacle in England, and India went there. But of course, things haven't gone according to plan. They got the wicket that they wanted, and Mumbai could not produce the results. But that's besides the point. But as far as the pitch, controversy is concerned, the issue is concerned, even in Mumbai, the West Zone, the West Zone head of the pitches committee, Sudhir Nayak, had overseen the entire preparations, and the MCA curator was only sidelined and he was only playing a smaller role. So it's not surprising what would happen. However, it can get a lot murkier in Kolkata because Prabir Mukherjee is an old man at it. He's a tough nut to crack, they say. Even former cricketers, Indian cricketers who wanted the wickets they wanted haven't got it. So he's someone who's also going to play a role, and it will not be so easy to sideline him.
Well, it's going to be difficult to sideline him, but it appears that the Cricket Association of Bengal has bowed, at least in some measure, to the BCCI's inexorable pressure. Isn't that right, Manogya?
Well, absolutely. There's no deny to it that CAB has finally bowed down to BCCI, but in its own subtle way. I would say they've hit two birds with a single stone.
Yeah.
The only stone is that appointing an assistant called Assis Bhaumik, who is just 1 year subordinate. Rather, I would say he's just a 1 year pass out of the curator exam that is held by BCCI every year. And that is what makes him almost 30 years subordinate to curator Prabir Mukherjee. The difference of 30 years, 3 decades in experience is a huge difference between the experience of two curators who will be there on the same pitch. And perhaps BCCI has also made it very clear, amply clear to CAB, that in case there is any resistance or any dissent from curator of Eden Garden, they have enough right and sources and resources to appoint one more person, be it for assistance, but of course it is their own way of appointing one person and clarifying that they would get what they want, be in case of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who had asked for a spinning pitch.
Yes.
We've always known that curator Prabir Mukherjee has his own attitude and has always been true to the game, the way he has performed, not listening to senior cricketers in the past also, and perhaps this is one more instance where he'll be reiterating his stand.
Gaurav, final word before we move on. What kind of precedent does this really set? And is this the last that we're going to hear from this particular story? The compromise formula, apparently, the CAB seems to have bowed to the BCCI. Is this the end of this particular, bit of controversy?
I don't think so, Shiv. I think depending on how this test match goes for India, because look, it's one thing asking for a spinning track at the Eden Gardens. It's another thing, given what happened at Bombay, for the Indian skipper to stick to his guns. A lot of us feel that Mahendra Singh Dhoni is being very adamant, he's being very stubborn, bullheaded in demanding a spinning track, given the way the Indians lost out. And I think, God forbid, if India loses this test match, if Dhoni gets his wicket, which the indications at this point are that he might just get, with an additional curator now being flown into Kolkata for the Eden test match. If that happens, if he gets another wicket, and if the English spinners have another barnstormer of a match as they did in Mumbai, and the Indians go on to lose this one, then I think there will be more skeletons that will be dug out of the closet, and of course there will be a lot to answer for, not just by Mahendra Singh Dhoni, but the Board of Control for Cricket in India.
Well, we hope India wins, but we certainly hope those skeletons come out of the closet as well. Thanks, Gaurav, Manogya, Rasesh, for getting us those details. We've broken this story here. Sports Bureau has broken the story here. We're going to get you much more in just a little bit. Captain MS Dhoni's widely publicized demand for a rank turner at the Eden Gardens for the third test match against England has stirred a hornet's nest. Dhoni's demand for a spinning pitch at Eden Gardens comes in the back of Team India's shameful surrender, as Gaurav was just saying, in the Mumbai test. Headlines today has learned of a rising rift between the board and Cricket Association of Bengal over the nature of the track for the upcoming test that starts next Wednesday. Sources in the CAB have spelt rising pressure from the top ranks of the BCCI, urging the host association to prepare another rank turner for the test beginning next Wednesday. But highly placed sources in the Cricket Association of Bengal have told our reporters that their unwillingness to subscribe to the BCCI diktat has led to this particular controversy. Dhoni's apprehensions over the pitch stems from the fact that Team India were given green tops when India toured England last year and suffered a 4-0 whitewash. Hence, Dhoni's insistence of making England play on turning tracks and using home conditions in his team's favour, which could give his team the best chance to win. But the Eden Gardens curator, Prabir Mukherjee, has refused to be cowed down by Dhoni or the BCCI's pressure tactics. Importantly, the CAB's apprehensions have not surfaced from another Team India battering on a spinning pitch, but from the fact that they fear a rank turner could invite scathing criticism, leading to a possible ban for the hosts from the game's governing body. In 2010, the Firoz Shah Kotla ground was handed a year-long ban after the infamous one-dayer against the Lankans was called off after a mere few overs, and the hosts are unwilling to risk a similar ban for the Eden Gardens. Interestingly, former Indian captain Sourav Ganguly warned the Indian captain of going for rank turners, as this could majorly backfire.
It's going to be a good surface, but at the same time you will not get a rank turner because Provida will not give it, and it's not now, it's not Mahendra Singh Dhoni, it's coming from my time. and he has seen me grown up. I've played